Alrighty, it's Friday. Figured I'd jump into a rapid arena. I was playing one earlier and I did alright. I finished 18th. I only played, I think, 4 games, 5 games maybe. But I figured, now would be good as time as any to jump into whatchamacallit, Who'ja What's It. What is this? Alright, cool. Alright, so we are just waiting to be paired. I lost a bad game earlier to some 1700 rated guy. And I'm sort of suspicious about it, frankly. I don't think that they uh, played particularly well towards the end of the game, and in the middle of the game, they were finding a lot of what I would say pretty good moves. Give me one sec here, guys. Yeah, give me just a second here. My opponent berserked against me, and they have a lower rating. Okay, sure. Okay. This is the Sicilian Alpin. I've played this a lot against a player local to me in my hometown. Well, that's not the move. So what do we do here instead? Boy. What's his idea? Is he going to try and play c4? c4, knight d4, cx d5. It doesn't work. c4. Just play like queen d8. Could also just take on g2, but that comes with bishop f3. It looks dangerous. Bishop e7, c4. I don't think that's so bad for me. I'm in c4. Okay. Sure. All right. So hold on a second here, because wrong side. There it is. Yeah, I nicked myself shaving earlier today, and cool. Yeah, I nicked myself shaving earlier today. I know it may not look like I shave, but I do sometimes, and it's a fucking bloody mess sometimes. So they castled. Does the same start? Okay. Bishop f3 looks dangerous here. Bishop f3. Could also just take on d4. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Take on d4. Yeah. Well, right, takes bishop f3, knight f3 check, so that's okay. Knight d4, queen d4, take it a couple times. Okay. Yeah, so I nicked myself shaving a couple of different spots, and it's pretty disgusting to look at, so keep my head down and hope that you guys don't notice it. Alrighty, so their next idea is... so yeah, I've played this fair amount. Yeah. Granted, I haven't played it in a while, so I don't exactly recall what the lines are, but what's his idea? There's rook c1, knight a4. Sure, that seems reasonable. What do I do now, though? It puts me in a bit of a pickle, because I wanted to play b5, obviously. As for me, I like the stock. What is going on here? Bishop d7, bishop b7, rook b8. He shouldn't be able to hold on to that. I don't buy that. Bishop d7, bishop b7, rook b8, knight e4. Takes, takes, takes. Queen h5 maybe. g6. I don't buy that. You're going to have to show me. You are going to have to show me, because I don't believe you. New prime loot. Sweet. Okay, queen d2. So his idea is clearly to play bishop f4, or just connect the rooks. That seems reasonable. Bishop c6 seems sort of what I wanted to do. Did I want to do that, actually? Bishop c6 takes. Might be able to take with the queen. I don't think he's got a great discovery square there. Right, because knight e4, I just take it. Knight e2, and it's like, who cares? I do need to play a little bit faster, though. And I need to sort of talk on their time, not mine. All right, they're playing these moves very quickly. Take. No, 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 no. That's fine, I guess. That's fine. d5, take. Okay. I can also play quickly. Alright, so that's their first actual move here. Just go knight d5 here. Well, knight d5 into knight d4 though. I don't love that. Just go queen d6. Sure. Show me. The show me state. What is that? I feel like there's a tactic here. Obviously not gonna let you double up. Alright. I'll just load up on that d pawn. Try and win it. I don't really understand how they go about trying to stop me from winning that pawn, actually. I mean, maybe they can play rook d1 or something, but that doesn't seem... Okay, so what? Why don't I just take that? Take, take, tickety take, take, take. Could also just play b5. Sort of figured that was going to happen. Sure. Now I have to be careful because if I try taking this pawn now, my rook's going to be undefended. And that is what we in the chess world call a major bummer. That's not even a minor bummer. That's a major, major bummer. All right. So they played this stupid move, which is fine. I don't know why they did that, but that's fine. Yeah, it sort of figures. Hmm. Hmm. I don't think I want to play that ending. I mean, it's not objectively too bad for me, but I don't. That one seems a bit better. Okay. This is getting kind of hairy, but it's getting a little pottery, if you know what I mean. Just take that, right? Take. Just take that. Take that too. Take that too. And this is sort of the ending I didn't want, right? All right. Well, if you're gonna be a dick about it. Activate the king. If he goes there, I'm gonna play there. This is exactly what I didn't want to have happen because he's now somehow up on time. I mean, maybe not somehow. Somehow's not the right word, but he's now up on time, and my position is difficult to defend. Sure. Damn it. Fucking time's running out too. It just gets worse. Come up with some crazy shit here. Okay, I'll take that. Come on. Count the number of times I've lost in things like this. Come on. That's gross, but it happens. I mean, it's sort of annoying because I don't think that they played a particularly good game, but I needed to play faster there anyway. I wasn't really playing quick enough. It's kind of depressing. But that's right. What are we at? 2203 still. That's fine. Whoops. I lost a lot of time going to the bathroom and getting the Band-Aid as well, but that's all right. Okie dokie, do that. I like playing this variation. I know I mentioned it before, but it's a very happy variation for me. I play this to try and win as white. It's a fun little variation. Oops. I'm gonna run to the bathroom and put this back. You gotta love it when you pre-move and then they go into a tank again. I like that. Appreciate that. Okay, that is not a move that I think people normally play in these. Well, I mean, I guess you can play it. So what's the deal here? I play rook c1, prevents knight c5. He plays knight b4. I play a3. Let's do that. Now we're on this thing twice. And we've prevented this. And now this is met with this. And we feel comfortable. We're pleased. I'm going to run to the kitchen. Put these donuts away. Alright, what'd they do? Okay, I don't know quite why they did that. So we can take on a6, or we can take the c6 pawn. So, I mean, I don't love the idea of giving up the bishop pair here, but take on a6 and take with the rook. It wins a pawn. Take, take, take. Take, take. I guess their goal at the end of this whole thing is to play bishop b7 and attack the e4 pawn. I don't really buy that though. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why that's bad. Maybe he'll show me. Yeah, maybe they'll show me something interesting in this game. They'll teach me something. Now show me. Now you have to show me. Okay, that's not what I thought you would do. Rook c7, rook c8. Maybe I just go back. Just play rook c3 here too. Rook c3, rook c8. Just rook c1. Okie dokie. Well, hold on a sec here because f5 is on the way. Rook c1, f5. All right, seems reasonable. It's getting messy now. Castles takes. Doesn't seem good. Just take this immediately. That gets kind of messy though. Take. e4 happens. Fuck it. Let's just give the pawn back. I mean, because objectively, he's got these two. I mean, I'm not super thrilled. I mean, maybe I can't keep that pawn after all. Maybe that's kind of the point. Seems logical. You can trade this one for this one. I don't think that that's really that important, though. I think I'm okay with that trade. Yeah, they've got two sets of double pawns. Sure, if you want to make that trade, I think I'm alright with that. I mean, I'm not going to be able to castle now, but I don't think that that's that important anymore. I mean, maybe okay. Congratulations, you found a trick. Yeah, I don't even think that this is all that bad for me, honestly. I think there are much better continuations there that they didn't find. Pretty happy with that too. It's not such a big deal. Interesting. All right. so that is actually a problem. We have to figure out how to solve that. It just involves giving up this pawn. Yeah, I think that that's actually true. Okay. So there's a continuation here that I think is a lot more challenging, and then I think that there's this other continuation. Right, so that's the continuation I didn't think was particularly challenging. And I didn't think that because this move here takes. Right. Okay. I thought the better continuation there would have been something different, is all I'll say. Because its continuation is still sort of possible in this variation, and I don't want to give too much away. But there is another continuation here that I thought might have been a little bit better. All right, well, I kind of have to take that, right? I think I do. Well, they no longer have the bishop pair, and they're still saddled with these two pawns. Actually, I quite like my position here. You know, it's not winning by any stretch of the imagination, but I think it's going to be easier for me to play. I've got my rooks on the open files. You know, I've got a knight, which typically isn't great, but like they have doubled pawns. And that means that my knight is going to shine in this position, in my opinion. Because they're not going to be able to protect this one, is the point. Like they're not going to be able to protect both of these pawns unless somehow they got this one here and put their bishop here. But you know, obviously there are some things that are going to happen before I allow that. So there's still a lot of game left here. There's still a lot of game left to be played. It's not so trivial that I can just win this game automatically. It's not. That's definitely not the case. Okay, so I get the distinct impression I'm getting screen sniped, but that's all right. Or stream sniped. Let's see this one. Give it to me, what you say. That's not really a move I was that concerned with, because if they continue with their plan, I've got this thing, and that's going to be problematic for them. Okay, so they've continued, and now I do my thing. Yes? Oh, you know, that is kind of annoying, isn't it? Huh. Mm-hmm. Well, we do it. Right, that's the move I was worried about. Could just take the fucking thing. Could also play king d1. Okay, now it's looking a little more drawish. I still think I have an advantage here, though, because of the activity of my pieces and the inactivity of their pieces. It's not much, though. It's probably only like quarter pawn or something. I wasn't expecting that somehow. Give it to me, what you say? Interesting. Let's just try to clarify things here. Yeah, that's a thing. I don't think that was his best move in this position. I think I probably should have taken immediately there, because now I think, I've got the active rook and the active king when we go into this endgame here. So it's gonna be murky again. This is gonna be another murky one. I'll probably lose a rook endgame or a rook versus rook ending. What am I doing? Just take his fucking rook. Knights go L. Knight takes the L. Bloop bloop. I was like sitting there thinking about like, oh, like what if I go here and then to protect the pawn I play here, and then I go here and then I go here and make a check, and it's so stupid. Just take the fucking pieces. Yeah, stupid, just stupidity. All right, well, anyhow, let's see what our first opponent. What's his dude's name? Joka something. See how they're doing. They've berserked against just about every player. That's interesting. Must be nice to be a grandmaster. That's my dog. He heard the word grandmaster. He's not happy. Relax, Bubba. Berserk against. So this is the Sicilian Scheveningen. Scheveningen. I don't know. I don't know how you pronounce it, but Katakomsky played similarly. Boy. When I played this against Katakomsky, he played this way with Bishop B5 check, and I didn't know what to do then, and I don't know what to do now. So suffice to say, I've come a long way. Well, do we want to do that? I don't know whether or not the knight belongs on c6 or d7. That's, well, sort of a moot point now, I guess. This is an annoying move. Because I'm an annoying dude, and I play annoying chess moves. These are my plans. Just FYI. For all the fans at home. That's what I'm gonna try and do. Alright. We thought that that was possible. So they are who we thought they were. I don't think this bishop is on the right square. If I had to guess, that's the problem with this position for white. I just don't think that that bishop is on the right square. Alright, and that doesn't do anything to solve the problem, which is this pawn. Takes. Okay, you have to show me this. Comes a check. We have this stuff coming in. Maybe they'll let us smother mate him. That'd be wonderful. I mean, if you want to make it easy, yeah, let's do it that way then. Go ahead and relieve him of the bishop pair too while we're at it. I don't know why they thought to trade the queens off there. I don't think that that... Okay. This is interesting. We're at an interesting point of the game here. Take the bishop. He takes. Play this move. I think that seems reasonable. Just shut down the diagonal here, because there is some dangerous stuff here. I do need to be careful here because, again, there's stuff here that I'm not particularly thrilled about. That, however, I don't necessarily mind. Okay, so I was worried about that move because that would mean I'd have to give up this piece because he'd be on this thing and this thing. So, I mean, this move is logical, but I just don't think it was the best continuation forward there for them. Could obviously be wrong, but I didn't think that was... I wasn't particularly concerned about that move. And again, we just want to activate the pieces. We're just going to make some happy little rooks. Yeah, we're comfortable here. We're up in exchange. We've got the bishop pair. I mean, really not much more you can ask for as far as chess endings go. Yeah, okay. So again, he's got some issues here. This was a problem. Maybe it would have been more prudent for me to play this first. But yeah, I mean, sure. Do this thing next. Or at least try to do that thing next. See what happens. that doesn't work, we'll do this thing. We will fuck around and find out, as it were. Hey, thanks for joining. I stream when I feel like it, and tonight I felt like it. They've got so they've got problems here because their pieces are everything is loosely held together by things that aren't sound. So this is just simple removing the defender tactic style stuff. This is where the bishops kind of come in handy. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to take this piece, and then if they play king h2, I'm going to take it with check, and they can take it with the king, and it's not going to matter because I'll take the knight. If they don't play king h2, the only thing defending that knight is this other knight, and then I'll take this bishop, which is only defended by this rook. So this is what we call big problems in Little Chinatown. Okay, so that defends. So we now have to come up with a new plan. Because now they're attacking our pawn, so maybe we just defend our pawn. I overlooked that. I overlooked that possibility. I forgot that they also get to move their pieces too. It happens. Sometimes I forget these things. I don't think that their position is anything special here, though. I think that they're actually going to be in Zugzwang here in a couple moves if they're not careful. Yeah, so this is exactly what I mean. I think this is going to end the Zugzwang for them. So bishop b5. What do they do? I don't know. Let's find out. Is that pin? So now they have the same problems as they did back here. So my other thought was that I could take here and play b4. But this, I think, applies more pressure. So now they have a similar problem as they did back when we were in this other position with the bishop on h4. So they can play rook e1 here, and that's possible, but again, bishop h4. And that's going to kind of put the screws on everything, just kind of tighten it all up, and they can pretty much resign after that. I mean, they can resign now, too, if they want to be a sport, but they won't. They never do. So, sure, that's fine. Snipe the stream. Be a sport. Yeah, so okay, it comes with check, right? Takes. Now we win a piece. Check to the Majesty. It doesn't matter which way they take. We're winning a piece. Because we're on this twice. Alright, so he wants us to win the bishop instead of the knight, and that's fine. The bishop dominates the knight. It also helps to have an extra piece, so that's also helpful. So this is the cordial invitation that I would like to extend to my opponent, Dragon Wolf, to resign. If you're listening to the stream, now's a good time. I certainly understand if you wish to keep playing, but okay, cool. Well, I'll take it too. Thank you. I can certainly understand the desire to continue playing, but at this point, it's a bit of a moot point, as far as I'm concerned. Oh boy, knight defends there, doesn't it? That's annoying. All right, well. So what's going to happen is I'm just going to take the knight. I'm going to take this piece, and I'm just going to take all the pieces, and then again they can resign. Okay, I'll take that one. Thank you. I'll take this pawn. Dog is not pleased about what's going on outside. Bowsy, relax, Bubba. I know you're not happy, but I just didn't want his king to come in here. Okay, I can promote to a queen, right? There's no stalemate. Yeah, no stalemate. Alrighty, so again, now's as good a time as any to resign. Okay, let's take that square away from them. They've had a little too much fun on the h4 square. Frankly, I'm tired of it. Tired of the fun that they're having. Check. Can't be in stalemate if you're in check. And that mates. Yeah. Alrighty. Back. Step back. Joko NPC. Let's see what they're up to. Interesting. So this is the started out as a Sicilian Alpin. We ended up in a French exchange. Um, I don't think Bishop E3 is the correct move in this position, FYI, but that's all right. They can play how they want to play. I don't think it's objectively bad, but I also just don't think it's the most aggressive way to play these lines. All right. Bishop B5 is also sort of stupid. Just as a heads up. I mean, that's my 2 cents anyway. Okay, so you played Bishop B5 to play Bishop E2. All right. Well, I mean, congratulations. You took 2 tempo, or you could have taken 1. So this position is fine. I think it's probably close to equal. Maybe white has a slight edge here, just by the sheer fact that they get to play first. But I think black has reached equality here. I don't think that white has achieved anything out of the opening that's particularly dangerous or noteworthy. You really want to trade off that light-colored bishop, huh? You must have seen what happened to the last guy. you should have seen what happened to the last guy who tried this. I don't know. Do I take on h2 with check? Play queen d6? Do I take on e2? Play knight f5? That's interesting. Hmm. What I don't want is... I mean, is that so bad, though? Call me maybe. Why not? Takes, takes, takes. I don't know what I'm thinking about here. Probably spent a minute there, like, thinking about things. Sort of a waste of time. It was an interesting position. I'm not going to say that this was a particularly good move, but it certainly made things interesting. That's interesting, too. Huh. Maybe we'll get him with a little trap. Little traps and zaps. Just got him a little tricky. Play a little tricky moves. Sometimes it's fun to try and trick, to fall into some idiotic trick or trap like that. You can just wrap the game up pretty quickly, and that's always nice. I don't think this person's going to do that though. I think that they're a little. I mean, they're sitting there thinking about it, so I don't think that that's what's going to happen in this particular game. But okay, so I think that's actually a pretty good move. It's kind of annoying actually that that works, but um, it is what it is. It really do be like that sometimes. All right. I can just play h5 here. Could also go bishop c7. Right, knight e5. And I'll take a couple times, and I think I'm pretty happy there. Alrighty. Gotta protect the stuff. Not gonna let them have all the fun here. Not on my watch. Not today. Don't want them having too much fun, otherwise they want to keep playing me. And then, I'll lose a lot of rating points that way. Be an embarrassment to my friends and relatives. Have to forget me. I've got some sneaky ideas. I mean, they're not particularly sneaky. They're actually fairly belligerent, but, they're ideas, and they're my ideas. There are many like them, but these ones are mine. Okay, what do they do after this? That's an interesting question. Show me what you do here. Of course, they can do this, but yes, that is possible. That is what we were. They are who we thought they were. It's like my favorite. And we let him off the hook. That's sort of annoying, actually. Oh, that's kind of a bummer, actually. Hmm. Well, Newman. See, we meet again. Could go h4. Bishop f4. Takes, a check, takes. That doesn't work. My dog really does not like my neighbors. He's usually fairly quiet. He's usually fairly non-chatty dog. Fuck me. I want to play this move. Just gonna do it. You know what? Just gonna fucking do it. It's so annoying. Actually, it's not that annoying. All right, we're gonna do it. They are who we thought they were. This is sort of annoying, but I think I have a little bit of an antidote to that. Yeah, I mean, because at the end of the day, I think even if they go about winning this pawn in spectacular fashion, I think after it's all said and done, I win this one. So I don't think that, it's obviously, and this one I'm not at all worried about. That's not that's not a thing. That's not real. That's not even real life. That's just a meme. We're just in it for the memes. Okay, so that is tricky. Tricky. Here we go. Okay. Takes. that true? Wait a second. Oh, I lose a piece there. Oops. All right, well, that doesn't work. Take, take. Yeah, I lose a piece in that position. Summer bummer here. I think it's still okay there because I think, again, after it's all said and done, we win the d4 pawn. And I think we're happy with that. And now, actually, we also are attacking the h3 pawn, which I didn't quite realize. Because I'm not very good at this game. So, I just try to, I could take this. Take. Boomer. Wow, it's 6 minutes to 3 minutes. What have I spent so much time thinking about here? Who's to say, really? Oh, that's kind of a bummer, because they're going to be on the b7 pawn when it's all said and done. So they're actually going to be up a pawn. All right, well, that isn't how you go up a pawn. I mean, why not, right? I mean, I'm not going to sit here and claim that that's particularly strong, but it's a chess move. We'll allow it. I can take off that little button. It seems kind of risky, though. I mean, it's probably best, but it seems a little risky if you don't, I don't know. Maybe it's not that risky. Maybe I'm just being optimistic in a position where there's no reason that I should be optimistic. That would be classic me. Oh, me. So classic. Okay, so now we're on this thing twice. Okay, that's interesting. They're on this thing twice. Maybe they won't notice. Maybe they're just seeing the pen. That'd be kind of funny. It's a sad way. It's a sad way to go if you miss that. All right, they did not miss that. Spoiler alert. I'm to take this piece. Yes. Yes, I'm to take this. That's for me. That's mine. Mine! It's a happy little pawn. We'll take it. We'll raise it. We will treat it with dignity and respect. I'd like to do this. That's what I want to do. Shut down that stupid bishop. They fucked us up because there's no reason that we should be tied as far as the pawns go. That's not a thing that should be happening here. Yeah, this is where it gets dicey, though, right? Just play solid. Just play the solid moves. Just gotta play the solid ones. It's 5-5. Yeah, except for they have 4 minutes and I have about a minute and a half. Not great. We don't love it. We are not in love with it. I mean, we like it. We just don't love it. Maybe be in like with it. This move here. Okay, that's interesting. We'll allow it. Check, takes. I don't know if that's correct or not, but that's what we're doing, damn it. And it took us 15 seconds to find it, so that's what we're gonna do. You guys can't see my crazy, disgusting neck. Well, that's spicy. What a spicy meatball you are. Stop being so spicy. No, I know. I gotta move faster. We're aware. Thank you. Thank you, computer, for keeping us on time. Queen g7 is probably not the best. That's all right, though. At this point, we're just focusing on playing quickly. I'm not about to lose another fucking rook versus rook ending. Morgan Freeman narrator, but he did lose another rook versus rook endgame. This is actually kind of complicated. Maybe I just trade off all this stuff and go into an endgame here. I don't know. There's a lot to think about. It's like choosing the right college or something. Okay, I'm just gonna just jump on in. Okay, so that I don't think was correct. If I had to guess, I just don't think that was the correct way to play that. The king is a fighting piece. Damn it. It's protected. Motherfucker. Yeah, that's annoying. Fine. So oh my god, are you kidding me? Okay. Um, Not great, but you will take it. I mean, at least we didn't lose another rook versus rook ending. Not great. Not the best thing to happen to me, but can't be too upset about that one. I mean, I took too much time. There's like a weird echo. You guys hear that? I hope not. I took too much time when I fucking like that queen h6 was not necessary. G4 was really a smart move because if I didn't take on h6, what I should have done was fucking just taken on d1 first, I think. I think that would have been better. Um, I think that would have been a lot better. What's this guy's rating? 2100. Okay. I fucking hate that. Sorry. All right, well, here we go. Just all the joy out of the position. Just steal all of the joy. Okay, that's not correct. That's actually really interesting. F5. It's a very interesting move. Because if I go knight d2, they go f4. And then I have to play something stupid like h4, or h3 rather. Or no, I have to play f3. Actually, that's not that bad for me. Like knight d2, fe4, knight e4. I think I'm actually happy there. fe2, f4, f3. Yeah, okay. I don't think that that's the best move in this position. I'm not sure my knight d2 either, frankly, but I'm fairly confident that the way to play this position is not to play f5, because now I'll get the bishop pair if I want it. I don't know if I want it, though. Knight has a couple of interesting squares here. That's kind of what I'm considering here in this position, if for those curious. I mean, these positions are kind of all about the bishop pair, right? I say to myself, expecting myself to answer. Yes, life seeks. I think these are all about the bishop pair. Knight g3. That's particularly good. Knight c5, b6. Knight e6. Started giving up the bishop pair for a pawn, but I think I had better than that. Knight g3. Alright, well, I'll get the bishop pair at least. They're going to have to show me what they think is going to happen. I have the bishop pair and they don't. It's going to be interesting. Okay, just put my piece back on the square from whence it came. Go ahead, take the pawn. It's important to, I think, know the ideas of the openings, perhaps more so than the moves themselves. Don't get me wrong, the moves are important, but in a lot of these positions, it's the moves will only take you so far. That's why people say not to memorize the openings. I mean, unless at a certain point, right? Like if you're a super grandmaster, then it makes a lot of sense to memorize the openings because you don't blunder rooks on the fourth or fifth move of the game. What was that? 19th move of the game, excuse me. Yeah, thank you. So Yeah, I mean these what I played here, by the way, these moves, why I didn't take any time to play them is because these are moves that I would want to play anyway in most of these positions. Like you saw the first game I put the rook on, or the first time you saw me play this, I put the rook on c1, challenging that c7 pawn. So I mean, not for nothing, but I scored pretty decently in that opening, and it's mostly because people never study it as black. And I think if you know the ideas and your opponent doesn't, that's half the battle, right? I think that's very important. I don't think you should underrate that. Even if your opening is not particularly good, like I don't think that objectively people are playing that. I think I saw a Nakamura game a long time ago where he was playing that for a win with white, but I mean that's Nakamura. He sort of can play anything he wants to because he's a very strong player. But if you just know your openings better than your opponents, then you're gonna have success, regardless of how dubious or bad, quote unquote, bad they are. Like this is another opening. I'm willing to bet that I probably know this opening a little bit better than my opponent. And it's not me being arrogant. I spent a lot of time studying this opening. I know the ideas. I know how to attack in this opening, in these positions, or in the resulting positions. This is a lot sharper though. This is, white is not playing with no risk here. There is a good amount of risk in this position because this opening is somewhat dubious, but maybe not dubious, but maybe it is dubious. Who knows? But it's very sharp. This is very sharp. You get very sharp games here. So actually, um, we have to take a think here because I think I can get away with that actually. C6, G3. Just go for it. No sense in taking up too much time on that. I mean, who's to say if they actually even play this correctly? So just play the normal natural moves, put the pieces on the normal squares, and kind of hope for the best in these positions. You don't want to spend too much time on an opening that inside and out, and because you're start analyzing variations that don't even get played. Like I didn't even consider that he would be playing e5 in this position. I was considering a couple other things here. Right. So there, yeah. So I mean, that's the exact reason right there why I try not to spend too much time, because your opponents will somewhat sometimes surprise you in these openings. So there's no, um, man, feet. You got the weirdest fucking username, man. It's such a weird, uh, I don't know. It just throws me off every time I see it. Nothing wrong with it. It's just weird. There's nothing wrong with it, I say, as I sit here in judgment. But more power to you. I mean, how did you get that username anyway? Like, did you have to buy that, or were you like the first Twitch user? I feel like that's a username that's maybe not highly coveted, but it's like having like the username Greg or like Jake. I feel like typically people snatch those up real quick, and you somehow manage to get feet. I mean, more power to you. Feet. Wow. Okay. Fucking boomering over here. What is this? This is horse shit. I don't know what they're doing. C5. I mean, what is that? But there's no way that they're going to be able to hold that pawn if I go knight g3. Maybe that's just the best move here. Not too worried about losing pawns in these positions. Okay. Well, what the fuck? Now I'm somewhat concerned about losing the pawn, but I'm not concerned enough to try to keep it. And that's the important thing here. Well, I don't know. I think they're going to look sort of foolish after I play. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's no sense. There's no reason to start gambiting pawns in this position. I'm under no obligation to do that if I don't have to. And I don't have to, so I'm not going to. In fact, I think now they sort of look sort of foolish because I don't think that this has worked out the way they quite expected it would. Um, I think that they were thinking I would just well, I don't know what they were thinking, but yeah, I mean, if you're playing a move like Rook F8 on move 13, I don't know. I don't subscribe to that opening theory. This is a classic move in this position. I don't know if it's objectively correct here, but we'll find out soon enough. These people don't like their rooks at all, apparently. Rooks? We don't need them. Not where we're going. Not going to need that where we're going. Right to the end game. I don't know. Like, not for nothing, but you don't have to make this complicated. Like, you see the exchange. You probably should just take the exchange. You know, who among us is unwilling to give up an exchange? You can also just play here. It's kind of interesting. Do we gambit this pawn? We don't need to gambit this pawn, but knight f5, bishop f8. Yeah, no, not necessary. It's not necessary for the program. For the pogrom. I'm looking like 50 Cent over here with this fucking band-aid. Oh no, look at the discovery. Go ahead and grab that from you. You don't mind, right? We're all friends. What's an exchange among friends? You know. But now how to continue. Who's to say, really? I don't know if that's necessarily the best move, but it is a move, and I did play it. So this is a good night. It would be unwise of them to trade off here. That's my 2 cents. If you're watching, if you're stream sniping me, I think it would be unwise of you to capture on d3. Okay, so that move is interesting, but objectively, I don't think that that's good. Man, all right, here we go. Now I gotta do some calculating. Fuck. Well, that's certainly interesting. Takes here. Well, shit. Let me just play the move I didn't analyze at all. That'll be fine. There I was looking at queen h5, g6, queen h6, king g8, queen g5, but I couldn't quite see a way forward from there. I was also looking at, oops, shit. I was also looking at queen h5, knight d3, queen h7, knight f6, queen g7. Okay, that's interesting because we just win that knight, right? Is that knight a not? Is that not a knight for us to win? Give me that. One knight coming up. Oh shit, I goofed. Well, that's all right. Well, did I goof? Yes, I most decidedly did goof. I am a goof. I done goofed. The people are not rejoicing. There will be no names or songs in my honor. Yeah, fuck. Is there any way to get out of that? I don't know. I don't see a way. Yeah, you know, that's sort of what I expected. All right, I can take. He'll take. We can dance if we want to. We can leave our friends behind. So that's the problem there, because we left our piece undefended. And by we, I mean me, because you guys aren't playing. It's just me. I can only blame myself for these mistakes, which is quite irritating because I'd like to blame someone else, but check. Nope. Well, you know, we'll just do that. Give up the button. Push the button. All is not lost here, though. They have a very unsafe king. Although somehow... Oh, we've traded 2 pieces for the rook? Is that what happened here? Who's to say, really? Check. Okay. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. I think they fucked up here, if I had to guess. Were we up a rook? Oh yeah, we were up a rook. Fuck me. Damn it. We didn't have to make this as complicated as we did. Damn it. We were up in exchange. We were doing fine. Takes. Check over. Takes. Push. Alrighty. Well, here we go. Damn it, Cletus. You done goofed. Yeah, shitski. I don't like that. Doesn't work. Nothing works. I don't know what I'm gonna do here. Yep, that's a bit of a tickle, isn't it? Bit of a bummer. All right, well, fuck it. Got a skeeter on my Peter. Get it off. Get it off. Okay, I don't think that's gotta handle that. Oh, we about to get real cute up in this bitch. It's the only defensive move, I think. Actually, we're about to win the whole show. The whole McGill. I'll take a pawn. Oh, okay. We're all friends. You motherfucker. I mean, you might as well take it, dude. Don't spend too much time overthinking it. Yeah. Play king e7. Do it. Do it. It's very dangerous. Okay. Well, I may be dumb, but I ain't stupid. Take one of those, thank you. See, this is the problem with the bishop. Back we go. Help, mama, help! Put this over there. I don't even want it. I did all that. You did all that effort to try and save it. Didn't even want it. You know what? No, I do want it though. Now play check. Thank you. Play here. Check. Just gonna go ahead and mate you. First we'll play there though. Yeah, I mean, sure. Fine. Thank you. Alright, so that guy's a bit of an asshole, but whatever. Doesn't matter. Yeah, that went about as well as it could have gone there, right? They played that like they gave me an exchange in the beginning of the game, and that was delightful. And then I got carried away with myself and started having, these fantasies here specifically, and then I was just worse. But I still had an attack, and that's what's important. Maybe I should have just played here on this turn. Right, takes. Who's to say, really? Yeah, so this was cute. And actually, yeah, so here they had to play, let's go to the analysis board real quick. So here they had to play, this was stupid. Here they had to play Queen D7 is what I was thinking. Right, I think it's Queen D7. Or Queen C8 maybe is maybe a bit better. Oh, Rook G8 is possible too. Queen D7. Okay, that doesn't work. Oh, right. Okay. I mean, I was thinking like F6 was possible here too. Okay, that doesn't work. But F5 for some reason is really okay. I guess none of it works. I guess I was just better here the whole time. Interesting. All right, well, let's jump back in. I'm in 36th place. I drew a game, and then I lost a game I should not have. This one in particular. Let's see what that dude's up to. I'm in 36th place, and they're in 8th place. What is this person? Okay. Didn't I just fucking play you? I feel like we like literally just played. I think this is the person I absolutely clowned in my last tournament. It is. And they played the same stupid fucking way. Well, this time at least they've figured out the opening. Maybe I should play bishop b4 there. What did you just do? This dude hates castling, yo. Like, if there's an opportunity for this person to castle, like in our last game, they were absolutely demolished because they didn't castle, and it's like, why? What do you have against castling? Who hurt you? Like all they had to do in this position was play knight a3. Okay, so what? Your position is slightly worse. Like why? Just don't understand these people sometimes. They'll probably end up winning this game too, but all right. So what is the deal here? What is the deal with kids and their televisions? What is the deal with cab drivers? I mean, I'm a big proponent of castling though. I like it. As for me, I like it. Okay, so that's what the okay. Congratulations, you put your knight on c3. You're the king of your world there. Now I'm gonna punish you for not castling. That's what's about to happen. Is me about to punish this person for not castling. Check. This is like literally the exact same thing that happened to them last game too. Like, why? Why do you do this to yourself? All right, maybe now I prevent them from playing a3. Yeah, check this out. I've got knight a3 or knight a2 here, which is adorable. Oh boy, you just are a glutton for punishment, ain't you? Shit, I could take that, rewind it back. Take. Rook a1. What else could he do? Rook a5, maybe. Take. Rook a5, knight c6 seems bad. Take. Rook a1, knight c6. Take, knight takes, bishop b3. Who's to say, really? Give me that, jackass. Oh, I forgot it comes with check. I'm sneaky. I'm one of the sneaky people from the internet. Give me that. Oh, I forgot about that, though. I'm not that sneaky. I am, in fact, not sneaky at all. Can I take that? I can take that. You can take that. Well, all right. So after all that, we're at the same number of pawns. I'm not pleased about that. Rook c1 here. Rook c8 rather. This is annoying because all I had to do in that last position was just play a6, and everything would have been fine. Knight d4. I got to win this game all over again. It's a bit of a bummer. We'll do it that way. Certainly I'm going to need to be playing faster here, though, if I have any hopes of winning this game. I guess my plan here is to try and relieve him of the bishop pair while maintaining my own bishop pair. Because frankly, I don't think that this player has good fundamentals based on the last two games we played. I think tactically they're fairly strong, but I don't think fundamentally their chess is very sound. Like, in my opinion, I don't think that they saw, like, obviously they saw it, but I don't think it was like something they had planned on happening. Fundamentally, I think, like, we won't get technical about it. They couldn't carry my jockstrap. I am gonna need to play faster though. Knight f3 here. It's funny. Just get cute. Okay, so we've now relieved them of the bishop pair, and they now have a doubled pair of pawns. And we are happy. As for me, I like it. Okie dokie. I remain as bullish as ever. Dude, Keith Gill, that guy's such a fucking gangster. The G and Gills for gangster. What is going on here, though? What's funny is if he moves off of that first rank, I can play b5 and then b4 and get cute with it. I think I'm better here, but there are tricks. They do have some tricks that I don't. Right, they do have some tricks. That is not a trick I'm terribly concerned about, though. The problem with these pawn moves is that you can't take them back once you've made them. That's the worst thing to have happen. Just put that piece there. Go ahead and put that on that square and ask him another question about what he's going to do. What you gonna do when Sheriff John Brown comes for you? Bishop d2 is possible. But b5 though. Well, in that case, takes a check here. Oh, you know what? They did it. They did the thing we wanted them to do. Take that pawn. It's very poisonous. That's one of them, they're poison pawns. Checkmate. Literally sitting here telling him. I'm literally telling him, I'm like, you can't do that, dude. You don't want none of that pawn. I like back here, like back where were we? Back here, I was like, it was like, yo, if they move off of this file, I'm gonna go ahead and play b5, and then I'm gonna play this checkmate. And what did they do? They right into it, ladies and gentlemen. We got them. Well, what do we have? 4 minutes. I don't feel like playing anymore. I've played enough. And frankly, I would play again, but there's 4 minutes left. I mean, the only thing left for me to do is I also didn't berserk enough. Like, who did I play? Who was like this is a person I berserked against. Oh no, you know what? Actually, this is a person. This is the person that I played in this line. Right? Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, they really there was somebody else who I was thinking about before who played a similar stupid opening. It's not stupid. I should be nicer. They played a similar opening than what this person did. Why don't we I mean I've got you all here for another couple minutes. Why don't we analyze some of these games real quick? Look at some of my mistakes. This one I don't it was just disgusting. I wasn't quite awake for that. That one was not a good game. This one was also not a good game. This one was interesting. What happened here? What was the opening? That's right. Yeah, not for nothing, but I felt like what's the deal here? But yeah, they played this really badly. And then I like yeah. Yeah, so here I was like completely winning and they found this G4 move and I took here, but I shouldn't have done that. What I should have done was played because G5 is coming, but it's not who gives a fuck, right? Like what I should have done here because I think black is just better here. So I think maybe what I should have done is played like this knight f3 move. Let's see. Yeah, whereas the game continuation leads to a draw. The other move that I was thinking of here was knight f3, which is fine. And that actually prevents them from, yeah, and this is just, that's frustrating. That's really what the computer says is best? Okay, like, okay, but knight f3, g5. So what? Queen e5. Oh, wow. I didn't even see all this. It was just instinctual to play that knight f3 move. I was also looking at, so I was also looking at this. And then this, but still queen e5. Well, what about rook h8? Knight f4, so what? Oh, this is this computer shit right here. Like, yeah, right. So you take, and then play here, and you play checkmate. That's a computer right there. Like, if I saw that over the game, over the board, I'd be like, yo, like to find, for me at least, to find a move like knight h4 and queen b5. Like maybe if you give me this puzzle, I would say like, oh yeah, like maybe I'd find this if this was a puzzle, right? but during a game, it's asking a lot. Like, I mean, maybe it isn't. Okay, so like, but what about this move? Oh, right. Yeah, this is kind of complicated. This is like a computer line that I think if someone played this against me and they were not higher rated than me, I would be like, nice try. Where's the report button? Like, so for me to play that against somebody would be like, I don't know. I just have trouble. Like again, if you're a grandmaster, maybe you find these lines, but for lowly fish like me, we don't find them. And we also need to plug in our laptop. George, get out of here. Come on, come on, get out of here. Okay. Thank you. Um, George is my cat, for those curious. So yeah, we just fucked up here. Frankly. I wonder if the cares about trying to figure it out. What else happened? Who else did we play? Oh, this guy. He just gave me a rook in this game, right? Isn't that okay? Huh. Castle Queenside here. I used to. I didn't study this line super deeply, but like I remember that there was some line where you could castle queenside here. How did that line go? Ah, in the castle's queenside line, you go knight a6. That's why all these fucking players keep playing knight a6. I don't like this for white. I don't think white has anything here. I mean, with best play, I don't think white has anything in the other position either. But I do think knight d5 is it's probably just what happened here. Is a more interesting way to play, I think. Right, and then they're supposed to take on d5 if you take, and right, and then they play knight d7. Yeah, or knight c6 if they're feeling spicy, or knight a6 actually. Apparently those are all possible. F5. And I guess people have played it before. People seem like, who are these people? Not anybody I've ever heard of. And then F captures e4 is probably just it's completely inaccurate. Yeah. Yeah, it was a bit optimistic of me to play that knight f6 check. I'll agree with that. I mean, but my thought process here was that I've got the bishop. Like I should always have a slight edge in this position because of these two little things called the bishop pair. Whoops. Get shaboned. So let's go back because I wanted to look at some of these other lines. I actually should learn these lines right now. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna learn some motherfucking check lines. This is what's about to happen here. All right, so knight d7. So I think I would normally play rook. No, you have to play knight d2 here. Knight c5. Really, castle's queenside. I feel like you can play like castle's kingside here though. I wonder if who good has played this line. Onishuk versus Bologan. I really like Bologan a lot. I think he's probably one of my favorite players, honestly. I'm a big fan. Kirill Georgiev, he's a very strong player. I'm curious if they were playing this for a win. Like, we'll look at some of these games. I'd be curious to know if they were playing this to try to win or if they were playing this to try to like make a quick draw in a tournament that is like the last round or something. So who's this? Kirill Georgiev versus Emil Sitovsky. So I mean, these guys are playing moves. Um, I wonder what the analysis on this is. These guys are so fucking accurate. It is just unbelievable. Like they just don't make mistakes. That's not true. They make mistakes. I personally can't capitalize on them, and apparently neither can each other. Like average center pawn lost 8 and 9. Like, give me a break. That's crazy. That's absolutely nuts. Like this to me is like real chess. Like these guys are like, what they played for like 47. Like yeah, so they one of them wanted to win here. Like they're like, Kirill Georgiev was playing this as white to try and win against Mostovsky. Or I mean, I can't say that. I can't possibly know what the tournament situation was in this. When was this? Why doesn't it give me more information about this? 2006. Fine, if you want to be a pain in the ass about it. Oh, it's, well, what? Should be Kirill Georgiev, not. This is the Jib Telecom. I wonder what the story is here. What if knight captures e5 on move 8? You can't play knight captures e5 there. That's not a thing you can do, because if knight captures e5, they play knight captures e4 after they trade queens. So they trade the queens, and then they play knight captures e4, and then you've got a discovery here and here. You capture, and then so like here, this is what I'm looking at. And the bishop is on the knight. Okay, so like maybe they go back, but who cares? So like there's no, you've just basically got equality here. And actually black might even be slightly better in that position. So that's not nothing you can do. Where's the oh shit, you can put an engine on this thing? When did they get a fucking chess engine? Okay, whatever. Sorry, the chess world has changed a lot since I was remotely decent at it. And I've only been out of the game a couple of years, so it's kind of surprising. But anyway, is this what the game was? All right, hold on a sec. So it's 6, 97, 92, knight c5 is a move, knight b6 is a move. What happens after knight g6? Bishop b3? Yeah. Bishop e6. King e2, interesting. Okay. Ulf Anderson. Well, there's no surprise that he fucking played this. I mean, this seems like it's like right up his alley. I beat him actually in a bullet game on ICC 100 years ago. That's one of my claim to fames. Yeah, I was very pleased about that. Okay, so what happened in this game? So he cast queenside. Bishop e6. Takes. Bishop e3. That seems logical. Knight f4. Interesting. So that's Satovsky's, I guess, maybe not a novelty, but it's hard to say how deeply these guys know this opening, or any one player knows this opening, but I'd be interested if like Satovsky had prepared this, or if he just sort of sat down, thought about it, and played knight f4. I would imagine probably the latter. Like I'd imagine he probably sat down and was like, you know what, I'm gonna play knight f4 here after a long, deep calculation or something. But maybe he. Oh wow! So apparently this has actually been played a couple times before. So bishop d2. Who played this? I don't know who those players are. I thought for a second this was Mosesian, but spelled poorly. But it looks like this is probably a women's tournament, and I don't know either of those two players. Bishop c3, king c or king b1. Yeah, okay. All right. Well, let's go back. So 97, 92. That's I think about as much as I need to know here. 97, 92. Like, can you play bishop e3 in this position? Oh, you can. Then what do they do? Knight d3 check, king e2. So what? Knight f4 check. Takes. Rook c1. Oh, that's interesting. Give up a pawn here for the initiative. Oh, you get the pawn back though. He wrote a very good book. A couple of very good books. That was actually the trainer of Gary Kasparov, however we're pronouncing it these days. Anywho, it looks like I'm losing you, so that's okay. All right, let's see. Were there any other games here that were worth examining? Oh, right. This is the one where I fucking put up an exchange and then fucked it all up like an asshole. I'd be curious to know if I've played this position before. This is so interesting. Yeah, c5 I thought was bad. Anyway, all right, and then the last one was this one, and here. Wait a second here. I want just the Masters games. I don't want this other bullshit. Right, knight b4 is correct. Knight a3 is the best move, and you know this player apparently doesn't believe in castling. So what happens for knight a3? Bishop e6, sure. Bishop b5 check is kind of interesting. Knight 8 c6, yeah, sure, okay. I just want to get to that point in the game. Here, you know what? Let's request computer analysis. Because I don't think anything here is particularly exciting or interesting. TBH. I fucked up here though, and I'm annoyed with myself because I should have just played a6 maybe. Might have even been better. Oh wow, a6 knight c5. That's interesting. But okay, I needed to put this move. But then what happens if knight c5 here? What's the difference? Oh, that is so fucking spicy. Like, give me a break. Come on. Like, really? All right, yeah. That's another line that's like, not for nothing, but if someone played that against me and they had my rating, I'd be like, all right, hit that, smash that report button. And while we got you here, smash that subscribe button if you want to see more chess analysis and mediocre play. I think that people appreciate that. People like mediocrity, and that's what I'm here to give you. I'm here to give you mediocrity and moves like knight captures a2. That's what I'm here for. That's what we're up to here. All right, let's see. So we were okay. The computer's just wrong about that, but that's all right. So it looks like we had a slight advantage, and then we threw it away, and then we punished them. Okay, so knight d4 was a good move. Cool. Happy to see it. You hate to see it. Knight f3. I thought knight f3 was a little too cute when I played it. I was like sitting here looking at it, and I was like, what should I do instead? I don't know. I want the bishop pair though. Maybe I overvalue the bishop pair. I probably do. That's probably what my problem is. I have many problems, but that's probably one of them is I overvalue the bishop pair. Oh my god, I'm such an asshole too. I played b5 being like, oh, I'm just gonna be so cute. Yeah, just like playing for tricks and traps. Like what was his best move here? So his best move was d2. Okay, hold on a sec. What was my best move here instead of b5? h5? I was also looking at g5. What happens if rook d2 here? Take. Oh, and I guess the idea here is that once again we have bishop versus the knight, and the bishop dominates the knight. Right, okay, let's take that thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they lose this endgame because we've got a bishop and an extra pawn. We they lose this endgame to me. I lose this endgame to most computers, other players. Like, but what are you gonna do? Well, that was interesting. Anyhow, I need to stop playing these fucking trappy bullshit stuff like b5 because you can't. That's not good chess. That's hope chess. That's speed chess, blitz, Central Park, hustler bullshit chess. That's what that is. That's what we call that. And that's not a good chess to play. We still have an advantage here, though, but it's just not as clear. Well, actually, you know what? What if I go g5 here now? Oh, right. Yeah, duh, idiot. That's why I lose these games. And that, my friends, is why I'm not very good at chess. Right, and then you have to play g5, bishop g3. Sure, king g7 is interesting. Bishop e6 is interesting. Okay. Well, thanks for coming out, everybody. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for the music. Who cheat? Who cheat? Uh, okay, who's saying who's cheating? Who's cheating? Let's find out. Looks like my opponent. Looks like my opponent was saying someone's a cheater. What happened here? Okay, that makes no sense. This guy was up to 3,000 on the puzzles. What in the fuck? Give me a break. He played like that. I mean, that's surprising, but okay. Sure. This guy seems like a bit of an asshole, so it's nice that I beat him twice. Alrighty. Well, anyway, thanks for coming. Be sure to subscribe. The video is going to be up on YouTube later tonight. And I hope everybody has a good weekend, and I will catch y'all later.